Man, 5 versus 5, America versus Mexico. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. That's super, 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 super dope. And I hope it goes down. What up, YouTube? Big T.O. Heavy Bad Boxing TV. Man, if you don't get your big goof ass in here and hit that bag. Now, if you catch me for the first time, please like, comment, subscribe, and most definitely hit that bell so you can get all the new content, man, when I drop that on you, all right? Now, according to Boxing, which is a site, if you don't know, they put this out, and it's been other rumors as well, but this one kind of gave it a little bit of validity, in my opinion. And of course, given the Eddie Hearn matchroom in Queensbury situation between him and Frank Warren, that what Turkey Al Sheik is a part of, what they're doing, it could very well be true. It says this: Team America versus Team Mexico. It's being rumored that Crawford versus Canelo could potentially be an American versus or America versus Mexico in a Western version of the 5 versus 5, with Plant versus Munguia as the co-main and Shakur versus Zapata or Cruz on the undercard, along with 3 other Americans and Mexicans whose names haven't been mentioned. The idea is to present this event as they would the Olympics, with both teams having limited edition gear, along with an inaugural celebration of both countries and their fighters in an effort to make boxing the #1 sport in the world again. The SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles would be the desired location for the event, and so far it is said that all parties are interested in this idea. I bet they damn sure is, man. That's a dope idea that could bring a lot of eyeballs to the sport of boxing, and it would be a huge event. I like it. When they first mentioned the 5 versus 5 with Frank Warren and of course Eddie Hearn, I was like, yo, that's super dope. You know, Queensbury versus Matchroom. I still don't even know what 5 fights they have. I haven't really did my research on it, but just the idea of it and hearing it, I was like, yo, I don't, you know, I'm there. I want to see that. That's cool. I'll support that, and I do like the America versus Mexico. That's always been some big fights in the past. Of course, you love the style of the Mexican warrior. You love the style of a lot of the American fighters. I do like the Plant versus Munguia fight. I think that could be an interesting fight. Both guys lost to Canelo. Both guys vying for a spot at atop the 68 division. And most definitely a Canelo versus a Terrence Bud Crawford, even though Canelo has denounced that fight, I think, on a couple occasions now, where he feels like he just won't get that kind of credit. And real quick, my source out of Vegas, he did send me this that I want to share with you guys about the whole Bud Crawford situation, where Canelo, Canelo basically says, listen, it says Canelo Alvarez has reportedly declined a lucrative payday in Saudi Arabia to fight Terrence Crawford. And this is a spokesman from Saudi Arabia's El Prince informed Team Crawford that no amount of money could convince Team Alvarez to sign the contract. So according to them, and this was on Golden Combat 23, you never know how true these rumors are or these things being reported are. But according to them, they approached Canelo and his team. We would just have to see if Canelo and his team, denies that this ever happened, which knowing Canelo and them, they deny every goddamn thing. But it's saying they offered him a pretty penny to fight Terrence Crawford. And listen, for the right price, I still be wanting to give Canelo, I'd be wanting to give him the benefit of the doubt. I do believe for the right price, he'll fight anybody. I've always been high on the skill of Canelo, footwork or not. I always thought he had decent head movement, crazy power, and he was a thinker. He can match your wits in there depending on who you are. He's definitely a special talent in the sport of boxing. Now a little bit longer in the tooth, even though he's not as old as Crawford is. He's been in some wars, for sure. But I just think he's scared of that style, man. I think, he said that he's admitted to himself several times that he think Crawford is definitely one of the best fighters in the world. And I think for Canelo, that's a tough out. I think when it boils down to it, if he has to pick between Benavidez and Crawford, maybe he takes Crawford. But he knows that's a tough out. You know what I mean? It's a lot of remnants of Floyd there where, I do think Bud Crawford has the ability to make him look silly in a lot of spots in that fight. But listen, I'm still giving him a shot. It's Canelo Alvarez at the end of the day. The dude got skill, and he got the power to hurt anybody from a lower weight class for sure. But then when you look at him not being able to get these knockouts as of lately, you want to kind of doubt the power is still there. Okay, and you bring up Jamel, you couldn't get him out of there. You couldn't get Munguia out of there, who's only had a fight or two at 68. But man, I just think it will be a great fight. But it looks like he's declined. So this whole 5 versus 5 with Canelo and Terrence being the headliner, maybe that isn't the headliner for that particular event. But I love the idea of it. Definitely want to know y'all's thoughts on that one, man. That's all I got for y'all on this one. Big TL heavy bag. America versus Mexico, 5 versus 5. A straight tournament. Who wins? Who you got? All right, that's all I got for y'all on this one. Big TL heavy bag. I'm out of here. Talk to him, Roger.
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.